Hey guys, what's up? Ted here. This video I'm going to talk to you guys about my personal red pill story. If you've been watching my videos, that should look really familiar to you. That is an ornament that I bought at a place called Trade Day in Northeast Alabama. But anyway, my red pill story. First of all, what is being red pilled? Being red pilled is an analogy, for those of you that don't know. It's an analogy for a choice. You have a choice of taking the blue pill, staying on the treadmill, getting married, having kids, buying a house, ticky-tacky house on a hill next to a bunch of other ticky-tacky houses. Or you have the red pill, where you take the red pill and now the veil is pulled from your face and you see things for what they are. Basically, it's like a filter. It's like a picture with a filter. And the picture is a hot chick. And you take the red pill and the filter comes off and you see that the hot chick is busted. That's basically being red pilled, right? So my red pill story is, and first of all I should say that I was always susceptible to a good conspiracy theory. Like, I'd listen, pay attention, even open-mindedly. I even walk away thinking, oh yeah, that might even be true. I wonder if that's true. But I'd walk right back, jump on the treadmill. You know, I was a typical sheep, one of the most sheeple people around, probably. Brainwashed from the day of birth. Grew up in the city, never been to the country in my life. So in 2008, I owned a couple rental properties, plus the house that I lived in with my family. And the Great Recession happened. And I ended up losing those rental properties. We fought for them, but ultimately they told us because they were investment type properties that there was nothing that they could really do for us. So after all that, I basically got red pilled going and looking into mortgages and money and banks and debt, and that led me down the rabbit hole and the wormhole to central banks and a bunch of other conspiracy theories that I find to be fact, not theory at all, once looking into it and doing due diligence. So anyway, after all that, I get in an accident. By the way, after I lost all that, I was lucky to hold on to the house that me and my family lived in. And even though at the time I was making embarrassingly good money, we were still struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet. So I get in an accident at work. I was actually in an explosion on a construction site. I had to be hospitalized for a period. I had to have a visiting nurse come to my house for a while after that. Went back to work and I ended up winning a lawsuit, and that money is what enabled me and my wife to start looking into getting a homestead. And we looked all over the country. Well, I looked all over the country. She told me it had to be warm for a longer growing season, but hey, I went with it. But we ended up going to Alabama, and we picked up our family, and actually we offered to a lot of our family and friends to come with us, and that we would deed them an acre of our property on our family compound, live in units on there as if it was a small subdivision with nothing but family, and start to live self-sufficiently. Because after going down that rabbit hole, we made a vow that's what we were going to do, live a most self-sufficient lifestyle that we possibly could. So we looked all over the country, we found this place, we moved down there. Now this place needed tons of work. It had a couple buildings on it, some barns, some fence, some cross fence. The whole acreage was filled with brambles over the top of my head. And as you can see here, there's a little orchard behind me. You can't see the trees, they're kind of small. But anyway, the point is we put in tons and tons and tons and tons of work. And we're still putting in work, actually. But we took the steps needed to go self-sufficient as we possibly could. We have gardens, we have livestock, and that's kind of why I'm giving you guys the little red pill story of how I ended up here, because I'm going to start making some homesteading videos about some of these projects, like setting up a solar array for our homestead, water catchment system. We're actually, one of the first ones I'm going to start documenting and putting up for you guys is going to be a greenhouse build with a tilapia farm inside of it. And here's a couple projects here. You can see that shed was all built from repurposed wood. The deck you see me walk out of was all repurposed wood. But anyway, that is the ultimate goal, is to let you guys know that I'm starting to, like, another section of my channel for homesteading. But really, I want to use that to motivate you, to let you know that you have to take the steps. Because yes, it was scary. It was very scary. We left from a place where we knew everybody to a place where we knew nothing. We barely knew the name of the place before we moved there. And we had many, many obstacles along the way. So it will be hard, and you will come up against difficult obstacles. But you got to start doing the things and taking the steps to get to that self-sufficiency. And the closer you can get to that point before anything bad goes down or any SHTF happens, you're going to be much better. Each step you take will put you much, much better if any of them things happen. So anyway, I hope you guys check out that side of the channel. I hope you enjoy it. I hope maybe you can put some comments and tell me what kind of projects you like to see. And please let me get a thumbs up and get some people to subscribe for me if you can. Thanks, guys. Don't forget, don't be scared, be prepared. Be safe.